Have you ever had a website that you couldn't enter for whatever reason, a Joomla website, and you really needed to access it? Perhaps a customer gave you a website and they wanted your help setting it back up, or you recovered a backup from somewhere. Well, in this video I'm going to help you how to get access by resetting the password in the database. And secondary, I'm going to teach you how to make any user account into a super administrator account so that you can use that to log in into the website. To achieve that, we need access to phpMyAdmin, which is a tool to manage MySQL databases, and a basic understanding, because what we're going to do could be possibly destructive if you're going to start clicking both links, the wrong links. But I'm trusting that you know what you're doing and just looking for a quick tutorial. So let's head over to the database and we're going to get started. We're going to switch screens, and the table you want to be in is a users table. You may notice or not, but Joomla usually uses a prefix which is different for each database, but you can just scroll down until you see users and you can click that. That's the table you want access to, and then you'll see a bunch of users, most of which will probably not say anything. If you know which user you're looking for, great. If you don't know which user you want to take over, I would suggest picking the first user that you come across. That's usually the super administrator, or used to be the super administrator. And in my case, it's this one. And what you do is edit. And in edit, you'll see that for password, there is like an encrypted phrase, but we don't know what that is, so that's no use to us. So what you do is go next to password, click and scroll down until you reach MD5 and select that. And once that's done, in the next field you want to enter the password that you're going to be using for the account. Like, for example, I'm going to pick password 1 as a password. And the next thing you then do is scroll all the way down and click go. By doing that, you would reset the password to password 01 and you could log in with that password. But that may not always be enough. You don't always know who the super administrators are. So in the next step, we're going to go one step further and make that user, of which we now know the password, we're going to make that user a super administrator inside Joomla. And the way we're going to do that is by going back to the database, back to the users table, and we're going to take a note of the ID of the user. The ID in my case is 336. It might be different for you. Take a note of that, write that down somewhere, because we're going to need it in the next step. And the next step is to go back to the database. There are multiple ways to do that, and scroll down until you see the table that is called your prefix underscore user group map. Now this table maps users to their rights. As you can see, there are user IDs, which are the IDs of the user that you just saw, and there are group IDs. And these group IDs basically assign you to a group with certain privileges. And the ID that you want to use in most cases there will be 8. 8 is usually the number for super administrators, and unless they mess with that, you can just set that and make someone a super administrator. And doing that is really simple. I'm going to demonstrate it on the second user here, the one with 340. What you do is basically you just double click on the group ID and you change that to 8 and make sure that your numlog is activated. And once you've done that, you will have made that user a super administrator. If you combine that by also changing the password, you will now have access to this Joomla website and you will be able to do what you need doing. Hopefully those two tips help you whenever you meet a website where you're logged out of. Always make sure to make a backup first before doing this, because messing around in the database could destroy your website. We hope this video was useful to you, and if this kind of video interests you, we have a channel full of these videos. We cover topics like Joomla and security, but also different topics about IT, basically anything that is technology related. If that is something that interests you, feel free to subscribe to our channel and follow us on social media, and we'll see you soon for the next video.